Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ross Deuces and this is how not to play Anubarak. So Anubarak is a tank, and he's specifically a tank who's really good at wrecking the back line of the enemy team. He excels whenever there's another front line, preferably tank, with him, so that way the front line tank could grab all their attention or keep them occupied while he harasses and wrecks the back line of the enemy team. Um, but if you're a really skilled player, you don't need that front line. But even still, it's nice to have that front line just in case, because he is a little bit more, he as an Anubarak is a little bit more squishy than some of the front line tanks, and you have to be careful on how to use his abilities. So, leading up to his abilities, you have his Impale. It's a straight line skill shot called Impale, his Q. You deal X damage and stuns for 1 second, and in a straight line skill shot, like I said, it's a fairly large area that goes forward. Yeah. And then his W is just a click, Hardened Carapace, gain a shield that grants 40 spell armor, and absorbs X damage over 3 seconds. His Burrow Charge, his E. It's a straight line skill shot. Burrow to the target location, dealing X damage, briefly stunning enemies in a small area upon surfacing, slowing them by 25% for 2.5 seconds. Burrow Charge can be reactivated to surface early. This is where I'm talking about how he's great at bullying the backline. So you can use your Burrow Charge to get into the backline and slow them down and damage them with Impale, and also use his Hardened Carapace when he starts seeing spell damage coming in at you. However, this also means that you are dived into their back line. So you have 14 seconds before this comes off a cooldown, and you can get out of their back line. So it's really touch and go. I primarily recommend to use Burrow Charge as an escape, not as an engage for new Anubarak players, because those 14 seconds don't seem long until you're in the middle of a fight in Heroes of the Storm. 14 seconds is an eternity when you're in a team fight. Vader, yes, I love you so much. My cat's over here pawing at me and wanting attention. His trait is Scarab Host. Using an ability, spawns a beetle, which lasts for 8 seconds, attacking nearby enemies for X damage. It's an okay trait. I don't know what else he could have, but I think for a tank it's not that great. But it serves its purpose. His first ult is Locust Swarm. It's just activate and deal X damage per second to nearby enemies. Each enemy damaged restores X health, lasts 6 seconds. It's not that spectacular of a heal, but it can keep you up and going for quite a while. It could be that little extra health that you need in order to survive a fight. His next ult is Cocoon. Wraps a target enemy in a cocoon, rendering them unable to act or be targeted for 7 seconds. Allies of the hero can attack the cocoon to break it and free them early. This is a fantastic ult. If you are a decent Nubarak, I highly recommend using Cocoon. In fact, I would even say use it as a beginning of Nubarak. The reason I say this is Cocoon can take an enemy hero out of the fight for 7 seconds in a perfect world. Now, the best thing you can do is use it on a hero who does a lot of AoE damage. The reason I say this is because if you don't use it on the hero that does AoE damage, his AoE can incidentally break the cocoon of the hero that you cocooned. So if you use it on the hero that uses AoE, you remove that from the field, at least until the enemy team breaks it with their single target. This means that with their single target, they have to take their focus off of you and your team to break that cocoon. Whereas the AoE, he could just incidentally break it just by doing his stuff. And it can make a hell of an impact on the fight. So I definitely definitely recommend going Cocoon. Now, that is not to say that Locust Swarm is not a good ult. It is okay. It's just not one of my favorites. I like to go with it whenever they have a lot of sustain. That way it gives me a lot of sustain. However, if they're very bursty, they being the enemy team, I'll definitely go Cocoon because Locust Swarm is not going to help too much against that burst. That about covers Anubarak, I think. And also, I think in my first two videos, I can't remember if I did or not, I talked about how I'm going to try to bleep myself. And I'm not going to... I did that in the first two videos, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try to curb my language as much as possible. I made the conclusion that I am not a popular YouTuber, and I don't have a big YouTube channel. Well, I'm not that popular. So therefore, it doesn't matter if I curse or not. Like, it's not going to hurt my channel. So I said, screw it. I don't care. Now, granted, I'm also going to try not to curse it as much, but yeah. Anyways, that's Anubarak. Let's get to it.
For the frozen throne!
Yeah.
Crypt lords, but you are different.
Prepare yourself.
I love how ridiculous this looks.
Always.
There's this giant effing beetle riding this shark, and it just looks so stupid, and I love it. Anyways, okay, so,
The battle begins in 10.
I probably will go Nerubian Armor to help mitigate Li Ming's damage.
5, 4,
In fact,
3,
but Legion of Beetles will be really good for this map specifically. We might go Beetle build, just for, the lulz. That's an old meme. Yeah, question mark. Yeah, let's just go Nerubian, be safe. Oh, that's a delay. Vader, you're the one. There we go. See, that's I use my E as a disengage. Team definitely stayed way too long. Vader rose over here.
I must be no light form.
Pump up your doubloons, and maybe I'll turn me cannon on your foe.
Okay. So as I was saying, Vader was over here clawing at me the way he does for attention, and then he walked away while I was petting him, and then it came back to me. It was just like at me. I'm just like, you know, no. I started playing because you walked away.
Enhanced. Improved.
We're gonna go help out Lunara.
No light form.
Did Monk in it? He's right here. Yeah, look at that damage we just mitigated. Okay, I knew she was gonna use her ability, and we need to have her
Augmented.
W off cooldown.
Choose a talent.
There we go. Bed of barbs. Okay. So with Anubarak, you definitely don't want to spam his abilities. And the reason being is he can be very, very mana hungry if you just spam him. Now I know that seems like a duh statement, but there are some heroes out there that you can use them pretty. You can use their abilities pretty loosely, and it won't be that punishing. We're just gonna do this.
Seems we've reached an accord. Let's show your enemies a jolly good
All right, we're gonna go with chitness plating.
Organism adversary with you. Symbiotic link established. You improved.
She's dead.
Fire! They want more. They'll need to pay up first.
I must pull back for now.
I really want to be back, but I don't want to miss out on that soak.
You enhanced, improved. Good.
I thought about following up behind
Your enemy has it
Lunara
for ya.
with a Burrow charge, but my Impale was off cooldown, and that wouldn't have put me into the fight. Let's see if we can get a pick on Sylvanas.
Old Blackheart's got a gift for ya. Ha ha!
Okay, yep, I screwed that up.
Our talent.
I should have led with a Burrow charge, not a Q, but whatever. Alright, so we're definitely gonna go Cocoon.
Well, who's got the coin for me services?
And the reason being is because there's not going to be too many team fights happening with the entire team.
Mostly for me.
And so I'll be missing out on healing. Oh! I fudged that up so bad. I meant to put my... I got my Q and E mentally mixed up with my fingers, and I meant to E over here and Q back, but instead I Q'd forward and then died because I didn't get the stun through. That was bad. Plus, I forgot that Cocoon's range was pretty small, so my character got turned back around because I meant to Cocoon Sylvanas to mitigate some of that incoming damage, but I'm kind of glad it kind of didn't go off. Stop her from pushing really hard. If I knew that our team was coming in, I would Cocoon her so we can get it set up. Oh, good. Murky just got our camp. But they're not. They're all in top lane, so it would have been wasted.
Looks like your enemies all paid up. Fire, you blackguards!
I really shouldn't be soaking. If I went Beetle build, this would have been a decent soak, but I'm trying to mitigate them, or stop them from getting our bottom camp.
Fire!
Also, that Sylvanas is really good at juking my Qs.
stuff forward. Choose a talent.
That's enough! We don't be working for free!
That W came off the cooldown right on time.
Rise again.
Oh, that kerosene. That fucking kerosene, dude. Of course, we didn't ping, but he doesn't need to be pushing top. Like, plain and simple, he doesn't need to be pushing top. Oh well. Alright, wow. What's our top damage? Lenora? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so basically it is my job now to make sure Lenora doesn't get killed. Because she's our damage dealer.
All beat you to it. Let this be a lesson to you.
There we go. Okay. We're gonna, I think we're gonna lose this one. We're doing really good on level-wise, but we haven't won a team fight. Now, granted, we haven't had a team fight, really. Wow, that lasted a while.
To Davy Jones' locker we
Ooh, he barely got out. We shouldn't be chasing this. Did he really ult on a...
I think they've had enough.
I did that just to stop. See, I did that to stop him from engaging on our Lenara. But everyone decided they were just going to stay there.
What good's a pirate without a little treasure?
Eliminated.
There we go. I don't have the mana.
Choose a talent.
And he doesn't have the mana either. We got the pick. We should just be good. We got the pick. Move on. Alright, we're gonna go with Arian reduces cooldown.
The living.
Marky might be getting our camp. Oh, okay.
The host descends.
Looks like your enemies all paid up. Fire, you blackguards!
So be it.
Have we gotten a turn in yet? Judging by the forts, I would say yes.
Fire that cat,
They're gonna get
or
ours.
I'll fire your skull at him instead.
Marky's going to get ours. Or, I don't know what he's doing. Oh.
All cannons hold!
Ooh.
Fragmented.
Yeah.
I must retreat.
Yeah, we got one.
Enemy assaults our core.
Huh? They're all paid up? Bah, who cares? Let's get to the fun part!
The patriots will be free. Our core has come under attack. Shatter them all. Augmented.
So that's Anubarak.
None shall resist the scourge forever.
Team never played as a team while I was theirs did.
VP.
Pretty well, I might add. But what can you do? Thank you for joining me, everyone. So I have a Patreon now. It's in the bottom, in the description. If you could drop me a like and a subscribe, it would mean the world to me. I stream every single day except for Mondays, which I have off. I stream from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time, and yeah, I think that basically covers everything. Excuse me. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you all have a great night, a great day, and everything else in between. Take care, and goodbye.